Welcome, friends. Welcome to Blockparty, your weekly show here live on crypto Twitter. We're on YouTube, and we're just a couple of degens talking about the latest and greatest happening across the crypto space, mostly crypto Twitter, I would say. But what's been going on with you, NoFuturistic?
Hey, I've been chilling. I took Max out with my girlfriend for a walk. He enjoyed running around, so that was good. And it's been a good week. Can't complain. How about you, buddy?
Oh man, yeah, I can't even honestly. This week just kind of seemed like it flew by, really. You know, like I helped my girlfriend set up for a garage sale. She's selling a whole bunch of stuff, so just like going through her shed and kind of picking stuff out, and then I didn't realize there's so much that kind of goes into a garage sale, but she's all set for that, and so hey, welcome friends, Choina, T-Bird, welcome to the studio. Good to see other friends here. But yeah, overall I've had a great week. Luca, my German Shepherd, got his last vaccines. So now he's been going to the park and kind of, pushing, like meeting other dogs and stuff. And he's been doing great, honestly. I am taking some training myself, like learning what I'm supposed to be doing. Because, like, it is a first time experience for me, too. And it is a German Shepherd. So I understand kind of like what I'm working with. And so it's been good. I've had a good experience so far.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, pup love is good love.
Yeah, we went to a sunflower festival recently, so it's like all these sunflowers everywhere, and he did great. We actually got some decent pictures, and he didn't like destroy the crops, so that's good.
Yeah, my girlfriend's dog is older, but he's already kind of set in his ways and just like, I just want to like chill and do what I do.
Yeah,
he's not really impress anybody.
I've also heard, though, I was talking to my vet who also has a German Shepherd, and she's like, like they do chill out, like you're saying, they mellow out over time, but you're going to think back to those early days. You're going to miss some of that rambunctious mischievousness,
Yes. Huh.
So, he's good. How old is Max?
Max is, I think, 3 going on 4, so he's a little older. He's an adult at this point, even though they never really turned into adult. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, my dog still has quite a ways to go. He's, I think he's just over 4 months at this point. So pretty young dog. They got a lot of energy at this age, but he honestly sleeps for like 18 hours a day. So like, he's up for like 4 hours out of 24 hours.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, he's a pretty active dog. Like, he's awake. He's just a clown, man. They're like, he's taken up this new habit when he's at my house. When me and like her in bed and just like kind of nuzzling up, he like gets jealous and he goes and climbs into the tub in my bathroom. Like, he'll just go in the bathroom in the tub, and I'm like, oh, buddy.
Oh man.
Ooh, I like that. This is your dog, T-Bird? Cash?
Cute.
It's a good doggo. Good doggo right there.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah, so otherwise, how's your week been beyond dog training and doing the thing? Did you get a good chance to touch grass and like relax?
Yeah, I actually went hiking this week. I went on a pretty long hike with my dog, of course. And a part of the hike, you go across like a cable bridge, a suspension bridge. And so it kind of sways, it has a little bit of a bounce to it. And it was kind of interesting to see my dog go make his way across that bridge, because he was like, oh shit, what's going on? But he did make his way across. But that was like the one kind of little bump in the whole hike. Everything else was was all good.
Yeah, that's
awesome. I've been
awesome.
touching a lot of grass. Yeah, I have been touching a lot of grass. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's this summer when this summer started. I just kind of felt like it was a good time to kind of take longer breaks because I know once the markets pick up again, people will start feeling good again, and just like with everything else, how the markets pick up, everything else kind of picks up with that same energy. So it'll be good, and it'll be good to feel refreshed when that happens and not feeling like burnt out, like oh shit, So that's just me.
Yeah, getting that break from all this and touching grass and enjoying the summer is ideal. Oh, quickly, did you see the announcement about Coder Dan? I guess it's Coder Dan. The Avogacci founders are going to be meeting up in Chicago, I think, next Saturday.
Dang, that's short notice, man. Wow.
I know. I'm talking to my girlfriend. We're like, I can't afford to put up money for a hotel and plane like this quickly, like with under a week. So we were talking about driving there, but it's like an 8 or 9 hour drive. She would have to take days off from work, and then it's like get to Chicago, stay for a 3 hour party, and then drive back. I'm not sure we can do it. I'm still, we're still thinking about it. But it's like I need to make a choice quick. I'm assuming that you don't, since you didn't really know about it, that you're not going to be able to attend.
I was kind of hoping they would do this in September because like September was going to be my month to do like that kind of like spontaneous trip if it was to come up. But it's just a little bit early. Actually, that week that they're going to be there is the week I leave for camping. I'm going camping for another 7 days or a little while. So it's just not going to work out for me. Like I already have something planned, unfortunately. Like it would be pretty awesome to be there, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But there, hopefully we get Coder Dan in the U.S. again within the next 3 years. At least once.
Or maybe somehow one of us will end up in mainland China. We can actually meet Coder Dan in his homeland. Yeah,
I have to get a passport though. You have a passport, I'm assuming, because you've left Canada. So.
Yeah, I have a Canadian passport. I want to get an American passport. I want to be one of those dual citizens. And maybe even a Mexican. Like, I want to be continental, man. I want the fucking Canadian passport. Give me the American passport. I want the Mexico passport. And I want to be able to go from Alaska to not New Mexico. Give me a city on the other side of the border. I don't know. Not Cancun. That's kind of far. Tijuana, exactly. I want to go from Alaska to Tijuana and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. Just emptying some reservoirs, so I figured I'll show you guys that.
Yeah, speaking of like big things, big structures, I've been kind of looking into other DAOs to see if there's anything we can learn as Avogacci DAO. We're always trying to get better, right? There hasn't been 1 month that I've been part of Avogacci DAO that we didn't improve on something, before the last month. And so I've been kind of looking at things that we might want to look at, other DAOs we might want to learn from. And I found this CityDAO. Have you ever heard of CityDAO?
Yeah, I interviewed, I believe, one of the heads of CityDAO while we were in Denver. It's a video on the GMI Friends page, I believe. It was one of the first, I think it was the day we checked in. We set up in the that little chill area, and I got to interview one of the guys. I forgot his name, though.
At DAO Planet, right?
Yeah, at the DAO Planet thing. He was a part of CityDAO, though.
Yeah, exactly. I think CityDAO might have been a partial sponsor of that event. Actually,
yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it was, because I remember seeing their signage everywhere too.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool, man. Like, I kind of dug into this a little bit to figure out what they're doing, and I mean, we can read their mission right here. CityDAO's mission is to build an on-chain, community-governed city of the future. So what happened with CityDAO is this guy got together with his friends, and Wyoming has just passed a law to protect DAOs. They actually have the legal frameworks if you want to be a DAO in Wyoming. And so they thought, well, Wyoming would be a perfect place to start a Web3 city. And so what they did is they got together as a group of friends, and they created a bunch of citizen NFTs called the Founder Citizen NFTs. And they sold the NFTs, and then with those NFTs, they raised a certain amount of money. I think it was $250,000. And they ended up buying a 40-acre plot of land in Wyoming next to Yellowstone National Park. So now they have this land, 40 acres, and it's owned by this DAO. And I believe they've actually have had additional sales since then of these citizen NFTs for specific plots on the land. But I think the end goal here is to have a decentrally governed Web3 mini city that has all the amenities of a city, but governed by the individuals or the sub DAOs.
Yeah, I love that. Like, I was in a Twitter space with Frank DeGods a while ago talking about DAOs. And one of the things that someone said is that, like, the DAOs that are most successful have very clear missions, very clear. Like, the entire DAO is like kind of all united on working on a common goal. So
Yes.
CityDAO seems like that because it's a very straightforward idea, right?
Yeah.
They're getting land, they're a decentralized city. So it's not like there's not much room for arguing about what they want to do. Like, everybody's pretty much on board with the same plan. So I think that's very powerful.
Yeah, bang, you get to the main page. How to get started. Has a cool video about this guy. I think it was the guy you interviewed, maybe. He did a TED Talk. Could a DAO build the next great city? So I watched that. It was pretty cool, honestly. And then right there, CityDAO's mission and key metric, right? And then how we work together, and then how bounties work. So everything is right there on the main page. You know, I think it'd be pretty cool to have something like this for Aavegotchi DAO, where it's just a web page, and it has just basic information about the DAO, like how do you join the Discord, how do you get involved. I see you got the video right there. That's one of the members of CityDAO, right?
Yeah, Meme Brains is his name. This was one of the first interviews we did, other than you guys interviewing the guy in Costco. That was a great interview. Yeah, but like GMI was on that months ago.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, Meme Brains, that's cool.
Yeah, I was actually wearing that shirt today, but I got really sweaty running around with the dog. So
Yeah. So yeah, this is CityDAO, and so they have the 40-acre parcel of land, and now they're trying to build this the city on it. And so yeah, I mean, this guy's talking about the key, kind of like the key utility of DAOs, and it's to manage resources. Like, if you know what resources you're managing, then you can build your mission around that, you know.
yeah, very important, and it makes it easier if everybody's aligned. The aligned incentives make it very easy for governance, because then you're not arguing with people or trying to figure stuff out on the go. It's like everybody knows what they want, and we're all aiming for the same thing, and we just go and get it done.
Yeah, exactly. You said it right there. I mean, the first kind of bit here, to keep us united, we've developed a mission statement and a key metric as a glue that binds together the guilds and project proposals. Right. So staying on topic. And so imagine if Aavegotchi DAO, and I'm just trying to relate to our DAO, if we have a mission or our North Star, I bet you there would be specific proposals that would pass, and there would be specific proposals that should have never passed, would not pass. It's just because we'd be able to put those in the boxes. I'm gonna name it. Well, we can name a few specific proposals. I mean, that Anada,
Yeah, let's go.
that Anada NFT proposal would have not made it on the list. I'm telling you right now.
That was a waste of time. Has anything come from that other than we just like made a cool deal with another community that we're not even remotely connected to?
No, I mean, there was no context for why that shouldn't be in there, and that's why I made it in there, right? So I think having what's that?
I said that frustrates me. That's so silly.
It has a lot of money, and I mean, it was an interesting time for Aavegotchi DAO, to say the least, because it was subsequently around the same time that we, I guess as a DAO, had been talking about getting a ship on the water, which in hindsight, I'm gonna say it's a good thing that we didn't, because the new branding and the logo was not revealed yet, so we would actually be we'd be kind of lagging. Like we'd have to update that. You know what I mean? So maybe it could still happen. But Avagachi DAO is trying to get our brand on the water.
Yeah, it's it makes no sense, man. I was thinking about this today. Me and Goobs have been, or Goobs specifically, shout out to Goobs because that man is putting in work. But we've been like talking, like he's been talking already ahead of me. I've just been talking on social with running Pop's game. We played the game last week, which was the Temple Run style game for the Polygon community. I would have much rather seen $20,000 put into a tournament like that, where we engage the entire Polygon gaming community and get everybody kind of talking about us and participating. I mean, I don't want to be a jerk, but I don't see where's the value in owning these Anatas. I don't understand it whatsoever. And they're, you know, the transactions happen, the money's been sent, they bought, we bought, whatever, but nothing has been done with it. And beyond that, there's been no talk of management of those assets. Like I could tell you for damn sure, none of us directors are going to take a role in managing Anata PFPs. It's just not going to happen. So it was just stupid. We should have taken that money and invested. That could have went towards the music parkour gotcha experience. That could have went towards, you know, funding NFT NYC to blow it out. Yeah, it's so many different things. But, you know, hindsight is 2020, even though some of us are wearing X-ray glasses and can see through this bullshit. But, you know, we are where we are.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, going back to what I was saying, though, the mission. We need a mission. We need the North Star to kind of stay focused here. I think we have a right intention. Like, people have the right intentions. Like, we have people that want to build games. Like, you look at the Voltron hackathon has been, it looks like it's been pretty productive. So that tells me there's interest there. It's just like we need more organization, more unity between our members. And so everybody kind of feels like they're working towards the same thing. What's CityDAO's mission? The mission of CityDAO is to build the blockchain native network city of the future. Bang, right there. One sentence.
Yeah, easy. There's no 2 months of like debating, like, you know, what's the mission statement of the DAO. That's great.
Yeah, literally. Like Avagachi DAO, I feel like our mission is to build great games on the blockchain. Great blockchain games.
Also, you know, to be the custodians of the protocol. That's another thing.
I guess that's where the conversation got kind of confusing for people, because then they were like, well, what are the assets that we own? And it became like this whole thing. I don't know, man. To me, it's just the gotchis. That's it.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, because we're talking about DAOs, I'll show you this thing I have on my screen. I dropped it into the DAO discussion channel today because I found it very interesting. Beanie Maxi, old NFT influencer, you know, super villain if you want to think he is, talked about this Gen Art DAO, and basically the DAO voted to shut down the project and distribute the treasury to members. And he's saying he could see a lot of DAOs doing this. I don't think Avagachi DAO will do this anytime soon, but I think this is I have not seen any instances, at least recently, of communities actually voting to dissolve their treasury, their DAO, and to just go back to, like, I guess, you know, whatever regular Web 2-y stuff that they want to do.
Well, and we might even get back to, we might actually come full circle to like full-on acquisitions again, where it's like now you're actually going to get DAOs that come in and say, hey, this DAO wants to dissolve. We'll actually put a proposal to your DAO to dissolve your DAO, buy all your tokens, and then we'll absorb X things, X assets, whatever you have as a part of our DAO, whether it's just the brand or whether it's like all the buildings you own, you know, kind of like your, I don't know, whatever assets are at stake would be owned by the new DAO, by Repo DAO.
Yeah, right. I think we actually saw something like that, not DAO related, but this past week there was Little Lemons as a PFP project. They announced that their project was sold to somebody else, and their token pumped. I actually bought one and then flipped it, you know, overnight for like 40-50% profit. They're not expensive. It was like 4% of an ETH or something like that. But we're probably going to see a lot more of that now too, because we're seeing these teams. They've had, a lot of these projects launched a year, 2 years ago, and they're running out of runway. So now, I think this is the beginning of that great capitulation where we're going to see projects acquiring other projects, IP being taken over. I'll tell you this, it's because I doubt they're listening, but I am the number 9 holder rather, of dope Shibas. I bought into these things so long ago. I'll show you them. Dope Shibas.
See these dope Shibas.
These. I bought these I bought them when they were when they first minted and they pumped. So I made a bunch of money because I bought them at 2% of a ETH, and then they pumped all the way up to 40%, and I dumped. So on the dump down, I kept accumulating them because people were talking about how this is going to be the next cool cats, all that stuff. So if you look here on the screen, I'm literally the number 9 holder with 73 dope Shibas, and I still own every single one. And out of nowhere today, the dope Shiba main account, which I follow, messaged me. And they were asking me about, they're talking about they acknowledge that their communication has been shit for 2 years. They basically minted. They had a few announcements in early 2022 and they haven't done anything, but they're going to try to revive the brand. And they were kind of asking me my opinion on things. I suggested they, allocate some of their treasury towards a DAO. They said they don't really have treasury to allocate. And then they're talking about maybe just revitalizing the brand in some way. And I just found it interesting because it's been almost 2 years since this project launched. This launched in July 2021. So this is one of those OG, it has a blue check mark on OpenSea. Back in the day, it was easy to get these check marks if you reached a certain amount of volume, which they have 1,500 ETH of volume over time. But, they've been basically quiet for a year and a half. And it was they reached out to me today and I found it interesting because I was just where is this coming from? And I hope them all the best. And I'm kind of I don't want to say I'm advising them. I'm not being paid or anything, but they just asked me some questions and I gave them some feedback on what I think they could do to help themselves. But it was just interesting because this project has been dead in the water for 2 years almost. And now they're kind of trying to revive it in some ways. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. This is not financial advice. I would probably not buy any of this stuff. But it's just seeing it out of nowhere, they're coming back is kind of interesting. I wonder if we're going to see a whole bunch of these projects that minted out in 2021 kind of come back to life. I know a few months ago, Barn Owls, I own 20 of those. They went from being 1% of an ETH up to 10% of an ETH out of nowhere. They started trending a little bit and then they went back away. So I'm hoping to see, because my bag is full of a lot of crap, a lot of dead crap. So I want to see a little bit of a bounce back so I can kind of make some of that money back, or just have some ETH in my wallet before the halvening or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, and I'll say, for that dope Shibas project, it is a pretty cool move to reach out to one of your community members, even though you're not really an active community member. Just saying, hey, we noticed you have a bunch of these, or I don't know if they even knew you had them, but just saying, hey, what do you think we could do better with our project? I think it's the right person. It's the right kind of person to ask, instead of paying some advisor to be oh, you should do this or that. I don't know if that's the best approach in Web3, in my opinion.
Actually, I think it was due to a reply that I had to Timos. Let me see if I can find it, because he had made a joke about the NFT market, is it ever coming back or something like that. And I was I hope it does, because I have 73 of these things and I'm going to be, back in the day, I was I'm minting generational wealth by minting all these things, and it hasn't worked out. So let me see if I can find the original post, because it was just a day or two ago, I believe. But that's why I think they reached out to me, because I was look, I'm the number 9 holder, and I'm still here, but I know I'm never going to make my money back.
But I mean, it seems like they got some interest in their project at least.
Yeah, I mean, if they do anything and try to bring it back, I'm down for that. I want to see that. But yeah, it'll be I was trying to they were asking me any advice, and it's tough because it's been so long. You can't just come out and do another mint because people are gonna be pissed. Nobody wants that. You have to do something, rebrand the art or bring back the community. That's why I was yo, set up a DAO and drop a treasury that the community controls, give them full rights to the IP, and then let them do their thing with the, with treasury, so that they can feel because when you give people that power, it does wake people up. It does get people to be just incentivized to be a strong part of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be one way to revive it is to build a community around it. And I don't think brands could really survive without strong communities, or like the best brands have like cult like followings. And you know, I think the best NFT projects are gonna have cult like followings. That's gonna, you know, keep them relevant through time.
Okay, so I found the post. It's actually T-Moss. He goes, "Are you over invested?" And my response was, which was just here a second ago, "I'm the ninth largest holder of dope Shibas, and it's Squidward begging for change." And then I showed like, no, I'm really the ninth largest holder, and I've been, you know, like a emoji face with the you know, watery eyes. It's like, you know, whatever. I still own them. I guess I could theoretically dump them into bids or try to sell them at the floor and make it half a ETH off of it. But it's like, well, it's not worth the effort. Hopefully one day it comes back. And if it ever goes to like, you know, 1/10 of an ETH like it used to be, then I'd be standing, you know, in a good spot to make some, oh shoot, I wasn't actually showing the tweet, was I? There we go.
Let's see.
Yeah, he's like, "Are you over invested?" And
Hey,
I was
you
like,
mentioned.
well,
Oh, there it is.
yeah. Good times.
You earlier you mentioned you mentioned something I was gonna say. Oh, Utes. That was a big news this week on Polygon. Frank DeGod's giving Polygon their, what was it, $5 million back, and then now migrating the Utes back to Ethereum. So I think the Utes went from
They were
Ethereum.
originally on Solana. They were originally on Solana, so they went from Solana to Polygon, and now Polygon back to Ethereum. But just for a few notes, I don't think the amount, I've seen two different amounts being thrown out, 5 million and 3 million. But the key point is that the amount's being sent back.
The amount's being sent back. Yeah. So, I mean, have there been any spaces you've been on? Anything you've heard kind of about this week? Or is this still kind of like nobody really knows why? Have the Utes made any statements on why, like, this is a beneficial move for them? Why this is a good move?
That was my response to it when I first saw it.
Oh man.
Well, it's always sunny action. You know, I'll say this, and this is a credit to the Polygon community. I've been in a lot of, like, daily. The Polygon community hosts a lot of Twitter Spaces, so I've got to know a lot of project founders and, you know, just key people in all these different projects. And we're in like a DM on Twitter, a couple of these like group DMs. And when the news broke, I was like, yo, we need to open a space right now. And I want the space to be Frankie come back. Like, just like, we're going to make a joke about this because we don't really care if he leaves or not. It doesn't really affect us. Like, builders are going to build. They don't really care. They all decided, which was probably the right decision, to take the high road. They opened the space and it was just all love. It's like, we're not going to trash D-Gods. We're not going to trash Frank. Frank is a great builder. I'm following and he follows me. We've talked on spaces before. I wish him all the best. And it makes perfect sense that them leaving Polygon, if they're not going to do something that's kind of like is utilized, you know, best by Polygon. If they're not making a game or something that uses a lot of transactions, then if it's just a luxury PFP, ETH is probably the best place to take it. The thing is that there are other people, and this is all speculation, I don't know this to be true, but the grant from Polygon was like a building grant. They were supposed to be deliverables of some sort, and I don't think any of those deliverables have been materialized. You know, even the most basic deliverable, bringing a lot more engagement, a lot more eyes and volume to Polygon, you can argue that did happen somewhat, but for the most part it didn't. So my point of view was like, we should thank Frank. I was in spaces with Franks, but to be honest, all of the spaces were ETH spaces, BTC spaces, never Polygon spaces that I saw him in, but just maybe because I was only in those ETH spaces myself. And he gave critiques. He was talking about how we need to be better about engagement farming. Stuff I've said to Abagachi and the core team before. It's like, we don't do marketing. We're seeing this right now. And Flame Viper, I'm going to get to your point because I see it about funding ads. Like, he was saying there's no, who are the engagement farmers on Polygon? There aren't really any. It's like me and like 3 other people essentially. We're not out there repping the brands and making noise the way that Ethereum is. When you're in luxury PFPs, you need that noise. Now, I saw Hardcore's point of view in the discussion of like, oh, we have utility. No one gives a shit about utility.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you that. Like, I've been here for 2 years watching everybody else running around like Squidward, like SpongeBob and Patrick running, and Squidward's in the window and looking all pissed off. And that's us. Like, we actually have a game and we have utility, and all these people are just printing money just by being a PFP. No one cares about utility. That has to be a fact. Like, once we get to mass adoption, it's going to matter. But at this point, no one cares. So we need to take the notes. Like I told everybody, it's an interest-free loan. We got the money back. Polygon, BD, Glabus, and like people like Smokey, other people that are big in the Polygon ecosystem that work with Polygon are able to talk to Sandeep. They've said that they're going to take that money and reinvest it into the creators and the builders here in our ecosystem. And I've urged them, one of the first top things they should be doing is going to NFT Inspect and making it so that, or to Twitter, and making it so that we can use our PFPs and get verified. Because that's one thing that's killing us, because our engagement is much lower because we don't land on rankings for top engaged PFPs because we're Polygon PFPs. There has to be more effort, and there is, and I do appreciate this, towards marketing and just like, social media. That's starting to happen. So I think that's a positive of Frank, but I still stand by this, like, just Frank's sliding away. I love the guy. I really hope the best for him, but it's also, you got to laugh a little bit because there is some failure involved in that. And we're talking about Utes. I mean, have you seen what's happened to D-Gods? Their floor like just dropped heavy because there was like the season 3 reveal. There's a point system. They added women to D-Gods, and there's just been FUD coming from all angles. And, in this kind of market, overhype does get hit hard. It gets hurt if you don't deliver something. If you overhype, you're setting yourself up for failure. So it's a tough market to be in. I hope them the best. I don't really think they're going to do much better on Ethereum because Ethereum's volume isn't doing much. We're at 2-year lows. We're at the point like of volume we were at in 2021 when we were all foolish, like before everybody flooded into this marketplace. So I don't know if anything's going to change that anytime soon, but I wish them the best.
Yeah, I mean, well said. I think you kind of captured my sentiment. I looked at that. I personally haven't been too involved with the Utes community, so I can't I can't comment on what they're doing. But it seems like they do have members in their community that have decent followings, and I guess from the Polygon BD side, they thought bringing these members over and kind of having that Polygon representation association with the Utes would bring on more volume from other projects, but it's just not the right market right now for that sort of thing to happen. And so maybe they're seeing more opportunity on ETH, but I think we're going through like a macro event. We have been for quite some time now, so it's kind of unreasonable to expect that like your project's just gonna randomly take off when everything's down bad. Like, you just gotta ride it out like everybody else. But I also agree with your things, your comment iterating what Hardcore said about utility. I used to think that way too. I thought that would kind of matter more in a bear market, when all the non-utility stuff is getting hit hard, that maybe people would start looking for more utility. But really, people they get drawn to what they see and emotions and community. That's why I look at ETH Denver. Actually, ETH Denver is a great example. So we got a group together, Avagachi DAO, and a bunch of us got together and planned a whole experience at ETH Denver. And we made a really memorable, impactful experience there. But did we showcase much of the game? Not really. Like, we had, like, the internet unfortunately was down in their big complex at ETH Denver, so our booth wasn't even really showcasing the game like we wanted to. We weren't able to even show off the utility of our project, but we kind of knocked it out of the park with the visual. We got the tablecloth, we had the stickers everywhere, and we had everybody in these like sick Avagachi sweaters talking to people and just vibing, right? That is what's stuck in people's minds. It wasn't the fact that we do have all this cutting edge stuff. It's what you see, it's tactile. It's like your visual and all that. So
yeah, 100% agree. I remember, and this is a hot take, but I remember telling you guys in ETH Denver, I'm like, the best thing that can happen to us is we never show the game, because people are so hyped about what we're doing. They're like, we're out there and people see our joy, our community. So I'm like, I almost don't want to show them the game because it's not there yet. What they should be seeing, that there's stuff in the background cooking, but we're still a fun community. That's the whole reason I think a lot of these NFTs, the initial attraction to them beyond just the speculation was the community part of it, and I think that's what should be focused on and should survive. But that's why I also think lacked with the whole Utes thing. Like, we are the OG Polygon project. I've said it before. I think we have a chip on our shoulder, but to a certain extent, we should have it. We are the OG Polygon project.
Yeah, we should win.
When I did a space with Frank where he asked all the Polygon projects to pitch to him, and I mentioned us, and he had no idea who we were. And I tried explaining in 45 seconds kind of what we were doing. And he's like, it sounds like you guys are just doing too much, and you should focus on just maybe delivering analytics to people. And I was like, as that's our mission as our DAO. And I was like, I was like, man, maybe my pitch was just shit. And then I think about it more. I'm like, yo, how do you not recognize or acknowledge the largest project that's been here for 2 years and never engage with us? Like, that's kind of crazy. And now I see that the Forge was going to make a youth set that was supposed to drop. I actually brought it up on a Twitter space, and I was like, should we the Forge team was hired or kind of funded by the DAO, but we've given them discretion. So I wonder if we should take and pivot. Like, maybe we should be honoring a different community, because it seems from all indicators, we're not going to drop a youth set. I said if we do, we should drop a youth set with the, how there are Easter eggs on some of the backs of the wearables. So on the back of the wearable, which is like a ute, kind of bear kind of fur coat or something, we put a parachute since they're jumping ship, or like a little pirate sail or something.
Memorabilia piece.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's kind of this to have this project that is supposed to be the engagement project come in and never interact with us is kind of crazy. I don't know. I know Jesse had told me once that he's like, yo, if you can get Frank interacting with us, let's do it. And I'm like, I'll try, but he's going to see that coming from a mile away, because everybody's just trying to use him for engagement. So I don't even know that there were ever any back channel stuff with him that would have been useful. So it's just kind of weird that we should have there should have been some connection outside of just the Utes members that knew us and that came in, like Abhi, like Smokey, like Rainy Reese. These are the people that came, and they post about Aavegotchi, talking about Ukraine. He's another one. He was a DGODS holder. He came in and became an Aavegotchi double myth-eyed whale. But the founder never really fucked with us. That's kind of weird. I just don't understand it. Well, no hate towards him though.
Well, I mean, a lot of it has to do with VC funding, and there was this whole, I can't remember who it was on YouTube. This guy does this whole segment on how the crypto industry, and we saw with FTX, is underpinned by VC funding, the majority of it, and everything that's not VC funded either gets attempted by VCs to get a majority share in some way, or if they can't, they leave it behind. They don't want to promote it. They don't want to push it in any way. And if they have people that they pay to have associations with specific projects they're working with, they specifically tell them not to interact with X project. Hey, make sure you do not put focus on this project. You saw that with Pepe too, actually. Pepe is probably the only other project I can think of in my recent memory that was just a very grassroots kind of launch, very kind of low key in the way it was launched, and still to this day is very if you look at the wallets holding it, is a very distributed bunch holding that specific token. That's the only other one, and that one Pepe doesn't get a whole lot of attention either. It got shit on big time when it was pumping. Mainstream just shit on it hard, because they got it, man. They don't have a piece of it. That's how it works. They shit on it till it's down bad, till people don't even want it anymore, and then they'll go in and buy a huge chunk of it, and then they'll feel okay promoting it and owning it. So I mean, that's a massive generalization that I just made. So this is not applicable to probably a lot of projects, but just to speak in general from this video, what this guy was saying, was there is a lot of VC money that underpins a lot of NFT funding and NFT projects. So that could be part of it. Avagachi to this day has not really taken any direct VC funding. Has used the DAO model to actually raise capital for the initial project, right? So
yeah, 100%. Actually, up above, I dropped a Twitter Space link. It's for the High Seas Pirates. We just partnered with them, Orium Network. But I bring it up because, like, I've read their light paper. I met them through, some. Actually, Goobs put me in contact with them, and their ethos is very similar, I think, to like Avagachi. They're doing DeFi. They have like a 8 to 10 year plan with no VC money backing whatsoever. So they're using their own funds and then their mint funds, and they're building out. So it like gives me the same kind of vibes. And those are the projects that will stick around because they're not being forced. Like even the guy, Captain Merc, we were talking, he's like, we take VC money, they're going to want us to put out a coin and then just dump it to zero, basically. Like they're going to cash out, because they have to make their money now. Not having that pressure means we could build at the pace we want, the game we want, the ecosystem we want, and do it right. So I really appreciate that. I'm going to be jumping into a Twitter space with them. It probably started about 10 minutes ago, but Orium is going to be jumping in. They're doing a whole bunch of giveaways pretty much right after this. The link is there. Go check it out. I'll probably be giving away some stuff too for them during this Twitter space. And it's a mint party, so it should be good. And just another cool Matic project. But we need more projects like that. Yeah. Because if there's VC money, then they're already tainted to a degree. Not that all of it is bad. Orium Network has received, I think, VC funding, but it doesn't it's just different because there's no pressure that we have to make money right now. You know?
Yeah, there's you retain full creative control too, so I think the project ends up in a slightly different direction, probably even. So that's speaking of which, you were going to talk about BoomLand gaming tonight. That was something I thought was kind of interesting. So maybe we can touch on that and try it out.
I've actually just I dropped the link in here. Now, the thing with BoomLand, you don't need the NFTs to play, but what you'll need to do is set up a sequence wallet, which is quick. You could do it like I did mine, where it was tied to my Orium Network, Google account. So when you do, I'll show you the game because I have it now. You set up that sequence wallet. If you buy the NFT, the BoomLand Hunter, which are like at this point 20 or 30 Matic for the cheap ones, they have different rarities, all this stuff. It gives you access to the bigger game. But this is the free-to-play version, and it just came out for mobile yesterday. I fucking love this game. Like, it's just fun. I'll show you it. If you go set up that sequence wallet, and you'll be able to jump in. But I'll give you just a view of it. I'll put the sound on too so you can hear it. I don't know what the classification of this type of game is, but you basically are walking around trying to kill enemies, and you're not really pressing buttons of any sort. You're just literally walking up. The enemy goes into your circle, and then you kill it. You're gaining XP as you go, and then you can level up your skills and attacks, stuff like that. So this one is like, the form of this game is you have to survive as long as possible. I think there's a 3-minute countdown. So as you go, you get boosts. Like right now, I'm going to get higher attack speed. And the enemies just slowly get stronger as you go in. Yeah, and there's like a token associated with this game. I have to do more research because I haven't really looked into the token much, but it seems very interesting.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, another game built on Unity that's coming for mobile, and that's going to have NFTs involved, but you don't need them to play, which I think is going to be the future. If you have the NFT, though, it opens up and unlocks a much higher, like a cooler experience, tournaments, the ability to earn in-game assets and tokens.
Yeah, I'm trying to connect my wallet right now. See if it can play a little bit. I think Strategachi is meant to be like this. They're like turn-based.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of... Oh, I died. I've never been a fan of these type of games. Like, I'm using a controller to play it. There's literally no buttons to press. I just have to walk into the the range, the enemies are in range. So like with this, you have damage, HP, the range, rolling log. If I sign out and sign in, let me see if I can do this real quick. While you set up, I'm going to connect to a different wallet because this wallet has no assets in it, which I did on purpose. Versus and it's easy. Once you have your sequence wallet set up, it's a Polygon game. So when you buy the assets, you can just transfer it directly over and it moves straightforward. Let's get this. We'll go through my Google, which I believe is that one. Yeah, NoFuturistic.
I'm trying to connect my Google account. It says signing in.
Yeah, it takes a minute or so. I've done it. I've signed in a few times. So, they blocked the pop-up. So I'll show you. We saw the free-to-play version, which you're about to jump into. I'll show you now the version with the wallet that actually has assets in it, and you can kind of see the difference. I don't think you could play. I tried playing it with my own assets yesterday, but they were like doing something in the back end, so I don't think the server is open. But so this is the view. If you come in, let me bring it full screen. If you're coming in with an asset, so I own this druid, right? I have an inventory. I have the different hunters I have. This is the home, and then the shop where I can buy chest with the native coin, whatever this one is. I think it's B-Gem, and then other assets. So if you own the asset, you could go in and actually, and this is what it gives me Aavegotchi vibes somewhat, and I would love to see us be able to do this. I have artifacts. They are basically, you could buy them with Matic. This thing was like maybe 1 Matic or something like that. I could take this artifact, it's an uncommon one, that will boost my hunter's health points by 30 and increase the damage by 3. If I merge this card or this artifact, it then becomes part of my NFT. So this gets destroyed, but the stats, the metadata of the NFT actually changes. It wasn't allowing me to do it. It says here, you are about to merge your artifact. This process is irreversible. Perk will be applied, but artifact will be gone. Are you sure you want to do this? It wasn't letting me do it yesterday. Is it? Oh, I guess it is letting me do it now. Hell yeah, let's do this. Set approval.
So this is an actual on-chain transaction that's happening right now? That's cool.
Well, I think I have to send Matic because I don't have enough Matic here. Okay, I'll reject it. But yes, it would be an on-chain transaction that will allow me to upgrade my fighter. So I want to see if I could jump in and fight because I could not do that yesterday with this mode. Can I play? Yeah, and then you see here it says that little lightning bolt with 505. Depending on the level of your hunter, you can get more hunts in per day. Each hunt, I haven't played the game yet, so we'll have to see if this is the wall, right? Yes, I'll have to send some funds here. I'll do that later. Wait, do I have I can actually probably do it now. Wallets. Do this very quick.
Yeah, mine's it looks like it's downloading the assets, so it's going. Actually, it's going pretty quick.
Okay, so I have some Matic going in now. Let's refresh this. So, like, depending on the level of your hunter, you can get more fights in. And apparently, I guess when you hunt, you collect the gems. And, so my character can only collect 5 gems per day. Or go hunting 5 times a day in the NFT version. In the free-to-play, you can just keep playing and playing and playing. I think it keeps a global score for you. And then in this is where they actually have, like, more data, more stats and stuff like that. And it seems pretty cool. Game might restart several times and load. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be an elf archer. I'm going to try this.
Very addictive. I showed it to Normie girlfriend. She played for a little bit. She was digging it. So I was like, this is good. I've been able to go to bars and break out some of these mobile NFT games and let friends play them. And they're like, oh, I dig this. And I'm like, this is the future. You don't have to think about owning the NFT. But hey, if you want to be a cool guy like me, you can go and use a credit card and go buy an NFT. Okay, I can do all right, we're upgrading this mofo.
Oh, shit.
Do this
Is
live.
this live gameplay? Are there other...
This is live.
So there's other players on this map? Like
some of them are real, and I think some of them are not. Unlocks at level 5. Okay, so I have to get to level 5 to get a second. Damn, I should have put a higher artifact, but let's see. Let's actually try to play now. So this is looking for real players.
What's your attack? What's your attack button?
There is no attack button. Walk up. When the enemy's in the range of the circle, stop, and your attack will happen automatically.
Got you.
This is the first time I'm playing with my character. All right, let's see what happens. The one thing is I don't like my character's attack. I've played with other characters, like the one with the log. I really love that guy. Okay, let's do more damage.
There we go.
So in this version of it, we could fight against each other if we were in the same instance. And I talked to I know the guy that runs or who's part of the team that does this, and I was telling him, I was like, please make a tournament mode so that we can jump in and fight. Oh, about to get wrecked.
Yeah, fighting other people would be cool, but even these enemies are pretty intelligent. Have you seen the reveal for Gachi Guardians, the most recent one?
No, I didn't. I saw the dev update. And I looked at the thread, but I didn't look into much else.
Yeah, I just saw so kind of think it like this, but you're guarding that little house kind of thing from these enemies.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to stop them from
like wrecking your
entering
towers. Yeah, wrecking your structures.
Okay, I'm doing really well. Yeah, this is my first live gameplay. Oh, and I'm winning. I'm the number one. I got to survive for another minute. There's only 2 of us left now.
We got defeated. Yeah, so there are 3 other live players here with me on this map. That's cool.
Oh, I won! Woo! Do you want to continue? Should I continue? What does that do? Oh, I guess it'll allow me to pad my stats. Yeah, I might as well pad the stats because this actually counts, I think. Uh-oh, there 30 seconds left. Got to survive the eagle. Come on. And I got to level up. Okay, cool. We'll do HP up.
Oh, I killed
because
one.
the enemies get stronger and stronger as you go. They'll become like just stuff that's poisoning you. This alligator is no joke.
Yeah, the eagle fucked me up.
Yeah, the eagle is no joke either. There are certain ones, like the alligator's not bad, but there are ones that shoot out poison and they attack you faster than... Ooh, I just got to level up too.
Ooh.
They attack you faster than you can attack, so you have to like... You could choose like your boost, like it gives you that choice. I don't know if you've seen it, like more XP or more attack power. Let's see, base reward.
Yeah, I picked up a star, I think, just recently.
Oh man, I got a I got a reduction because of the common rarity of my druid. I didn't know that.
Oh, so if you hold physical items, it gives you a significant advantage. It sounds like even the common items.
Yeah, so like if I go up to like the legendary or the epic, the top tier hunters, I've seen the pricing. I think the cheapest one I saw was like 500 matic or 450, which I was gonna buy yesterday because I think 300 matic is not that much money. 400 matic, we're talking $3, but I'd have like one of the OP what's it called characters in this game, and if they're tournaments, it seems like that would make sense to want to have the strongest fighters to potentially win some funds, especially if they have like if it's a play to win, play to earn kind of situation.
Yeah, so what's the play to earn component here? Are these things I'm picking up, are they worth money? Are they tokens?
Well, those are what's giving you XP. If you watch my last match, because I won, I earned whatever that token is that they distribute. I think it's called like B gem or something like that.
Ah, got you.
So you're allowed to go hunt 5 times, and I think you have to survive the full round or win it to get the extra, the extra benefits from the coin. All right, just hit him. Come on.
Oh, this is cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's something I would enjoy playing on my phone. Can you play mobile?
They just, from what I heard yesterday, they just announced the mobile.
Dang. That's cool, man.
No, this guy's great.
Real quick before we end off tonight, I want to talk about something that I thought was interesting. So, I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, but people have been keeping an eye on this wallet that's burned like $8 million worth of assets. Have you heard about this?
Oh yeah, the guy that like sent like 2,500 ETH or something to the burn address, and then like some makes, some Bored Ape Yacht Club stuff, like a whole bunch of assets.
Yeah. So there's been a whole bunch of speculation around what's been going on, and I'm kind of curious to know, curious to get your take on it.
From what I heard, it seemed like it was like the result of like people were making jokes about him breaking up with his like significant other or something like that. I don't know. Like, it is a big move to just destroy all that stuff.
You think it was someone with a lot of money that just wanted to oh, I just got 4 XP. They it's a number and just want to burn it all.
It could. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's just sad to see. Like, oh damn, I was winning, and then they asked me if I wanted to continue, and I said yes, and then I got killed. So I don't think I win anything for that. They just took the man. Well, I still got some rewards. So right now I have 6.4 of the whatever the B gem coin at this point with these diamonds.
Oh shit, a CryptoPunk, 3 Bored Apes, and 2 Mutant Apes, and 2 Bored Ape Kennel Clubs have gone into the bonfire.
Some real assets getting destroyed, like.
Yeah, this guy actually sent his ETH address like a message, and he was like, "Hey dude, hope you're well. I see you burned 2,500 ETH and now make. I don't know what you're going through right now, but if you need help, please contact that number. Speak to someone. I can understand the frustration of life, but trust me, dude, it gets better. Speak to someone. Instead of burning these things, send them to your vault. Forget about it. You might be making harsh decisions now, which you might later regret. Hold ETH NFTs, send them to your vault wallet. Take a break. Understand your point about how money is just a number on the screen, but you might later regret you did this. There's no going back. It will get better, dude. Trust me."
That's tough, man.
From random guy on the internet.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
But yeah, it's interesting. That sentiment will turn, and it is true, friends. Just can't make any hasty decisions.
Yeah, because that's what that is. It's just like you're having a bad day and you destroy everything. That's probably not the best move.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me take I'll take more XP this time.
Dang, these monsters are crazy now.
Yeah, they're relentless.
Well, I got some like real strong ones. I got a dragon and then 3 of these like dinosaur things. Ooh.
Yeah, there's only one guy left in my game, so I just gotta outlive him. But I'm number 1 right now because I've been killing everybody. Oh, they killed me. Fuck.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is a good place to let off. It's been an hour.
Yeah, man. Anything we should talk about for tomorrow's DAO call? Anything you want to add to tomorrow's DAO call?
Tomorrow's DAO call. No. Ornati's gonna take another week before he announces his proposal to the DAO. I know there's gonna be some stuff happening with somebody made a couple proposals recently. What's his name? Network Hustler. He goes by a different name in the Discord, but he's a friend on Twitter. He put out a proposal. I think it's up. There's a forum post about it right now. So go check that out. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. It should be a good day.
Hell yeah. And I see McCallum's posted a picture. It looks like, is that a mud bath? Are you taking a mud bath right now? Cave of the Cats. That's interesting.
The cat cave.
Okay, that's definitely interesting. The Gate to Hell. Epic adventure.
That's good, man. Touch mud. Touching mud is always
Touching
good.
some mud. Or ancient cat poop. Oh, look at that.
The Gate to Hell is so green.
It's a great place
Are
to
we sure it's
touch
not
grass.
the butthole to hell? Because there was a lot of fudge there.
Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah, good to see our friends traveling, touching grass, taking it easy, enjoying their summers, and we'll catch up. We'll catch up with y'all tomorrow on the DAO call and the Avagachi Hangout, 2 p.m. UTC, friends.
Yep. And remember, check out the High Sea Pirates Twitter space. I'll drop a thing. I'm jumping into that in the next few minutes. We're going to be giving away some of their PFPs, which do have like staking rewards and games that are going to be coming soon. So yeah, be fun to check out. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, if not.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely get up in that Twitter space. See y'all tomorrow, friends. Peace.